It's been a while since I made another YouTube video, and that's largely because I've been on holiday. I got back about 2-3 weeks ago, I think, and been trying to get back into the swing of things. Anyway, this video is about one of the souvenirs which I picked up while I was on holiday, and that is this item here. I picked this up in a flea market in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. I was there visiting relatives, and I picked this up at the main Sunday flea market that they have in KL. Fortunately, it is an indoor flea market, which is just as well because of how humid it is over there. How hot and humid it is. Anyway, this is a solid brass antique Tiffin carrier from, I believe this was probably made in India. A lot of these were made in India and exported around Asia. This is a very old, classic design of Tiffin carrier. Very old. You will see these as old as about 1880, 1890. The basic design goes back centuries, but this specific style goes back about 130, 140 years. And it's a food carrier, basically. It gets the name Tiffin carrier because this is what you used to carry your tiffin around in. Your tiffin. Tiffin was an old English slang word which the colonial expats used to use when they were living in India and Singapore and the Straits settlements. Tiffin basically means your afternoon tea, your lunch, light snacks and nibbles and stuff like that. And you would carry it around in something like this. Now, the entire thing is made of brass, and I will show you how it works. Basically, up the top you've got the carrying handle, and then you have a long brass frame. It comes from here, down, curls, up, handle, down and up the other side. And then you have a swinging clamp, and then you've got all these little stacked bowls. I have seen ones with as few as 1 or 2. I have seen as many as half a dozen or even more, all stacked up. The most common type is between 3 to 5. So this one has 4, as you can see. So this is pretty typical. So how it works is you pop this up. This little cup at the top is for your spices, sauces, condiments, pickles, relish, whatever you want to put in there. So that comes off. Pop that down there. This comes up like that. Now this is brass, and you're wondering what's this colour inside here. Well, these were lined in tin. That was to protect the brass, to stop it from corroding, stuff like that. So they lined the interiors in tin. That's what this is. So pop that down there. And then inside here you have the 4 containers, the 4 bowls. And how they work is that you've got little handles here on the side, and these strips of brass go through them. So it comes out like this, Pop this down, make it a bit easier. This comes out, then shift down a bit. This comes out. This comes out. And then, last of all, this one, as you can see, it's got little things there. Comes all the way out like that. And then you've got the empty frame. So basically what would happen is, back in the old days, you would fill these up with your lunch, snacks, food, dinner, whatever, leftovers. And there is a rather specific way to fill these up. Basically how it works is the largest one at the bottom, this one, holds your rice, noodles, whatever. The ones that go on top will be your curry, fish, meat, vegetables, whatever. Then next one comes this. In here you would have your soup, sauces, congee, porridge, whatever. And then the one right at the top, this will have your dumplings, your cakes, your desserts, all that kind of stuff. There's a very specific reason that they're filled up that way. All the bulk foods, the rice, goes down the bottom to give it weight so it doesn't tip over. All the liquid foods like porridge, soup, all that kind of stuff goes higher up so that it doesn't slosh around. Everything is compartmentalized, that way the flavors don't mix, you don't destroy the taste of your food. That's basically how it works. And then, as I said, in here you have all your spices, sauces, relishes, whatever. And then once you've filled it up, you stack it. And that is going to be a challenge to do on camera, but I will give it a shot. Basically, this goes in here. 1, 2, like that, down. Then 1, 2, and this goes 1 and 2, up like that. So you've got that up there, and then I will just angle this a bit so you can see what's going on. Okay, so like I said, this top one is always a bit tricky. This comes up like that, then the lid goes in, this goes on top, then handle pops down like that, and there you have it. These were made for a very long time. They're still made today. You can go out and buy these right now. The modern ones are not made of brass. I'm very sorry to say that. Some are, not many. The vast majority of the ones made today are made of plastic or stainless steel. The way to tell an antique one is how it's made and what it's made of. The modern ones will not have this little cup here. It'll just be flat across the top. The modern ones are made of stainless steel. The modern ones are made of plastic. The antique ones are made of brass and copper, like this one. They will be much more heavily decorated than the modern ones. And the Antique ones will be enameled. They were enameled because they were made of carbon steel, just ordinary cheap sheet steel, and that stuff rusts if you don't enamel it. You can get modern steel ones which are enameled as well, but that's more for decoration and tradition, whereas the antique ones, they were enameled to protect them and to ensure longevity. Anyway, there we have it. A solid brass antique Tiffin carrier from about 1900. That would be about it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I've got a couple of articles about this on my blog. If you want to read them, then there is a link to my blog in the description below. Just click on it and then search through my blog to find the 2 articles. Thank you very much for watching.